great
Yeah, that's
organization.
true.
So
Appreciate it. But I want to start by thanking our host for more than a couple episodes now, Preston Walker, hooking it up with the space here at La Casa Blanca. Shout out to him for hooking it up, and
Definitely.
that's what I got for the intro,
If you
gentlemen.
haven't tuned into his music, definitely go Alpha Beta, correct, Preston? Yep. Yep.
La
Or you can
Casa
go to La
Blanca
Casa Blanca
785.
785.
So Alejandro Mateo, uh, business operations manager at Nally's Lawn and Landscape, as well as co-host here at Raza Talk, and then founder of for Topeka Latino Professionals. So just reintroducing myself.
Yeah. Ruben Soriano Delgadillo, recruiting manager and customer service representative for Quickstaff, staffing agency here in town. Also co-host for Raza Talk, and like the rest of these gentlemen with me tonight, also founder of TLP, Topeka Latino Professionals.
Definitely. So let's move right along. Also, I want to shout out to Carice and 785 Magazines. They extended an invitation to join them on uh, 785 Live, the new online radio station. And she'll have to forgive me because I forgot the station identification, and I didn't put that in my notes. But
Uh,
definitely, 75 Magazine doing great things with online radio and inviting us to be part of that platform. To me, was humbling, and so we look forward to doing more episodes on that platform. They have an app you could download to listen to us live. And we'll be live going forward into the next month. So
And,
join us at
Look,
that
and so,
station
well, at least we are going to be live at 7 p.m. and as well
from
as
7 to 8. Yeah,
7 to 8, and then 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
is
is
that
what.
what it said?
Yeah,
is
that's what
it?
it said on the website. And we'll share that a little more, maybe even after this episode, we could probably try
Yeah, we'll share the
and get
links for
that.
sure, so
Yeah.
you guys could go ahead and start following us in that
Just a
platform. Definitely, like I said, I'm humbled by the invitation,
Yeah,
and
me as well.
definitely, the
For
purpose of
sure.
us getting together to do this show was because we really wanted to extend more information and resources to our Latino community, our small business owners out
Hmm.
there that have yet to experience what networking is. Just because, often enough, there's few spaces where they feel comfortable, and we're going to start changing that dynamic up a little bit, and definitely inviting more of our small business owners, our young entrepreneurs, to start networking more and learning about all the resources that it's actually available to them
Correct.
through a lot of programs and organizations here in the city.
Let me ask you this. I know that in case you guys haven't seen it, 785 does have a magazine that they go out and they deliver to businesses. I believe it is free. Do they also have an online one where people can also go in and
Their
check it out?
website, I believe, has a lot of their issues on there,
Okay.
and definitely accessible to a lot of content.
Hmm.
They have their social media pages too as
Yeah.
well. There's a lot of contributors to that, and I know most of them personally, good friends of mine and ours now. So
Yeah.
definitely, shout out to them. But uh, everybody gave their introductions already, right? I'm not
Yeah,
missing
yeah,
anything.
No,
All
no,
right.
no,
yeah.
no, you're
So
good.
let's move
We're
it
all
right
good.
along. We got a couple things to talk about today. Definitely, like we said, we want to make sure that we're providing resources to our Latino community. This is a bilingual podcast.
Hmm.
So entonces tengo que hacer cosas en español de vez en cuando, ¿verdad? And
Para que los entienda la
para que nos
raza.
entienda la raza, because this is Raza Talk. And so estamos haciendo este programa para involucrar a nuestros empresarios de empresas chicas, a nuestros emprendedores jóvenes que tienen ideas para empezar negocios, que quieren tal vez reunirse con otros personajes que tienen ideas, que tienen recursos para uh, construir sus sueños, sus negocios, sus empresas, ¿verdad? Entonces estaremos haciendo más pláticas acerca de cómo crecer tu negocio, entender ciertos recursos, cómo utilizarlos para seguir progresando en nuestra
Hmm.
comunidad hispana aquí en Topeka. Y vamos a tomar tiempo para platicar de otros temas que nos afectan a nuestra comunidad aquí en Topeka también. So, moving right along, let's talk about the census. It's due like in less than 6 days or something like that. Have you guys filled out yours?
Yes.
I did.
Yes, I have.
I think I mentioned it to you guys.
Yeah.
I got two different ones, and I didn't know which one exactly.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was like one of the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
I
it
remember.
did.
I remember you
So,
mentioning that.
Definitely filled it out, especially with the way that they've actually been pushing it. And it's definitely important to fill out the census because it allows for the community to get more resources that we wouldn't have available if we didn't fill it out. Because that's how they keep track of how many people are actually within the Shawnee County area and other areas of the country as well.
Definitely.
So it's definitely important to do that if you haven't already.
Así que amigos, menos de una semana que queda para completar el census. Entonces, por favor, si no han recibido ese documento, el enlace lo vamos a presentar en esta página para que lo completen por computadora. En su celular lo pueden hacer. Son unas cuantas preguntas, nada muy personal, ¿verdad? No nada que temer, esto todo es anónimo. Y simplemente lo que hace esto es presenta oportunidades para que la ciudad, la comunidad, las escuelas, los hospitales, diferentes organizaciones de la comunidad reciban más fondos federales, reconociendo que hay un volumen de gente. Hay tanta gente en este lugar que tenemos que mandar más recursos, ¿verdad? Like a lot of people, like a lot of our community does rely on a lot of services, and often enough, like when they do need them, and they run into things like the organization they go to get help from probably runs out of funds. It's because they're only provided so much through federal aid because they didn't realize that there was that volume of people. So if you didn't fill out the census, you're not counting your family, you're not counting your household. And there's statistics. I'm not going to claim to know them. I should know them. I get plenty of emails about this, but every household represents like a volume of money that the state will get or the community or the city or the county. And so you really have to just take the time to fill it out and know that the day that you need something from an organization or some kind of assistance, it'll be there because you count it yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so other
That's
than
sweet.
that, just get to it. Fill it out.
to it.
Completen el
Just
census.
Make sure, ask your cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody. Make sure that they're signed up and already filled that form out. I know one other thing that we wanted to touch just past Tuesday, right? It was National Voter Registration Day.
That's
So,
what it is.
I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen some of our videos that we were pushing out. It's very important to make sure that you're registered to vote at kansasvotes.org.
And there is a special link out there, and I have to be very biased. There's a special link out there that I put on our page that helps us as an organization kind of get an idea of the impact that we have towards this. So if you could use that link, that's all I'm just going to say. Use the link and register to vote, just so we know that we're making a difference with providing, a quick access to individuals that want to get it done. Yeah, go.
Yeah. No, but also make sure that, if you're deciding to vote by mail, just make sure that you're requesting your ballots because, it's important. If not, then, I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to.
Yeah, you can vote in person, but, the way things are, a lot of people are concerned about the health issue with COVID, and you can vote by mail. It's the same website, the same place where you register, you could actually submit to get your mail-in ballot. So
Okay.
it's that easy.
Y pues, para la raza que los está escuchando en español, es muy importante que sepan que, pues, si ustedes si tienen esa oportunidad de poder votar, estén seguros que estén registrados para votar a kansasvotes.org. Y como está diciendo Luis, hay un link que pueden usar especialmente para ayudar un poquito a ver cuánta gente se está usando ese link para registrarse.
Es un enlace designado para nosotros, de la comunidad hispana, para saber si este programa y organizaciones como la de Somos Kansas y Gente Activa están teniendo un impacto conversando acerca de este tema. Entonces oprimen en el enlace si son mayores de 18 años o van a tener 18 años antes del 3 de noviembre, que es el día de la elección. Y si son ciudadanos estadounidenses, por favor, regístrense y voten.
So, ten seguro que sus hijos,
Sus
sus
hijos,
nietos,
sus
sobrinos,
sus
sus cuñados,
cuñados,
suegros,
los
todos,
compañeros del
todos.
trabajo, hablen
Sí,
con los
todos,
compañeros de
todos
trabajo
diles.
que tengan
Porque
ciudadanía.
yo sé que, como está ahorita la situación, yo sé que muchos de los hispanos no están tan felices y pues lo único que podemos hacer nosotros es asegurar que los que
Usar
pueden
nuestra
votar
voz.
que voten.
van a votar. Y más bien, como dice Luis, usar nuestra voz. Tenemos esa voz en este país que lo podemos usar y pues hay que ponerlo a su uso y seguir moviendo para adelante.
Correcto.
Yeah.
Entonces, agregando lo que acaba de comentar Alejandro, el último día para poder registrar, para votar, es el 13 de octubre. So, the deadline to actually register to vote is on October 13th. Y el primer día para poder, um, the first day that you can actually request in advance for voting for
Or you can
either
request them
mail-in.
now. They'll
Oh,
be
you can?
mailed out after
After
that
that,
day.
okay, sí, entonces para la gente que ya se registró y va a votar por correo o va a votar en persona, les están dando la oportunidad, especialmente a la gente que lo acaba de pedir los documentos para votar por correo. Ellos van a mandar los documentos el 14 de octubre. So the mail-in ballots are actually going to be mailed out on October 14th, which gives you guys more than enough time to actually get those filled out. I'd recommend that as soon as you guys get those, just get them sent out right away.
You could also drop them
because-
off at your county clerk.
Oh, you can?
Or your,
So-
yeah, your
So yeah, just because with the way that things are going right now, it's kind of a gray area. It's kind of up in the air right now. So the soonest that you can actually vote, I definitely recommend exercising your right, especially as an American citizen. That's your God-given right.
Yep.
Definitely utilize that to your
Yeah,
advantage.
so if you want more information
Yeah.
about voting and just overall, especially our youth, our young people, a nuestros jóvenes, si tienen la oportunidad de visitar la página de loudlight.org, O-R-G, so our young people, loudlight.org has a lot of great information about everything that it concerns our elections and Kansas legislation too, things that are going on in our state. That's a great website to follow, so
Yeah.
I recommend they check it out.
So also to add on to that, October 27th is actually the deadline to actually request your mail-in voting. So do it as soon as possible, especially if they're going to start mailing them out October 14th. You guys have more than, at least a week or two for sure. That way you guys can ensure that you guys will get your ballot in time to vote via mail. If that's the route you decide to take due to COVID, some people still want to vote in person. Some people would rather vote by mail. It doesn't matter whichever one you're utilizing or whichever route you're choosing to take. Just make sure that you vote because we got a very important election coming up in November. Doesn't matter which party you're voting for, but exercise your right to vote. You were given that, and these elections only come once every 4 years, so definitely do that.
But
Entonces,
also, you have your local elections too. You have to participate. That's
Yeah,
important that you
that
participate
too.
in those as well.
yeah,
So,
for sure.
hay muchas oportunidades de participar, no nomás las presidenciales. Tenemos que votar por los líderes locales también, el consejo de la ciudad, el mariscal, el district attorney, like all those, like even
Sí.
local elections are important. So we have to exercise that power of the vote. So
Yo, I respect you for knowing how to say those all in Spanish.
Right.
Except for
I can
I
barely say
forgot how to
that.
do that one. Someone check me on
District
that one.
Somebody's gonna be like,
All
¿de qué
right.
está hablando ese muchacho? Yo no sé qué está diciendo.
So let's move. Let's keep it going. Keep it rolling. Yeah. So Raza, keep talking.
All right, so one thing that we really do want to kind of put out there is I know there's a lot of businesses out there with that could either be struggling during this time or probably maybe just even doing better than I don't
expected.
know than expected.
Expected.
Honestly, what I could say is that me as a business operations manager, I can say that I've been I guess we could say thrive. I won't say thriving. I feel like that's an overstatement, sounding a little too
Confident.
and yeah,
It's
a
okay
little
though.
too
You need a little
cocky
bit
or
of that sometimes.
something.
Yeah.
But like I think COVID kind of helped out a lot with us because clients are sitting at home, they're looking at their house, and they're like, man, we need to do something. So then that's when they call us. But I know there's I know there's other businesses out there that may be struggling during these times, and one thing that we do want to put out there is that there's a lot of resources out there for you. Whether you're probably just doing normal uh, businesses that just as normal as any other year, but you want to see some improvements. Maybe you need some type of funding, or maybe lack of employees or something. There's tons of resources out there for you guys that maybe you don't know about, but are out there. And we just want to make sure that, our people know about that because they're important. You could probably get yourself a whole new shop or whatever for maybe half the cost.
Get
Equipment that you need to I don't know, maybe you sell tacos and you can start get a new grill or something.
Yeah, o sea, yeah. There's a lot. Hay muchos recursos. Ahorita hay oportunidades para negocios, para empresarios, para recibir fondos que están dando ahorita. En veces es el gobierno federal, que es un programa federal que asiste a condados, a ciudades y dan fondos para recuperarse por todo el COVID. Entonces los empresarios que ya tienen sus documentos de su negocio en línea, los que siempre tienen todos los papeles en orden de su negocio, los que manejan su negocio como se tiene que manejar, es muy fácil para que ellos pidan asistencia. Y hay becas que no se tienen que pagar para atrás si la utilizas porque te afectó COVID. Entonces hay becas que te pueden ayudar a hacer más promoción porque estás perdiendo negocio, ¿verdad? Entonces ellos te dan una cantidad que utilices para cartelones, para anuncios, para rediseñar tu página de web, tus logos. Hay programas que te ayudan a agarrar nueva maquinaria. Y si estás teniendo problemas pagándole a tus empleados por la falta de negocio, hay también préstamos que te asisten para que pagues, para que todavía tengas trabajadores. Así nadie impide su trabajo, ¿verdad? Entonces todos estos recursos los vamos a publicar en nuestras páginas para que los accesen nuestros empresarios y nuestros negociantes del área de Topeka, porque realmente hay muchos negocios, lo voy a decir así bien claro, así, al chile. Hay muchos negocios, gabachos, que ahorita se están surtiendo y todavía hay una cantidad que nosotros no estamos accesando. Pero tenemos al alcance. Entonces, si eres empresario, tienes un negocio y gustas saber un poquito más acerca de esta información, mándanos un mensaje. Puedes mandar un correo electrónico a pregúntanos topica.lp.com.
Sorry, go ahead.
Y simplemente mándanos un mensaje, nos ponemos en contacto contigo y luego te dirigimos a la persona que te puedes asistir a llenar esa aplicación. Tal vez seamos nosotros, tal vez sea un amigo de nosotros que conocemos que esté trabajando o operando en esa empresa y nos ayudamos unos a los otros, ¿verdad? Ahorita es importante que los negocios hispanos, la comunidad hispana apoye a los negocios hispanos y los negocios hispanos apoyan a la comunidad de su alrededor. Así es como vamos a sobrevivir esto. So, just like that, like we have to help each other out. There's resources out there for us to be sustainable, but we have to support our local small Latino businesses. And in the same token, the small Latino businesses are providing our service already during these hard times. So they're already kind of like keeping it going. So.
And then you got something to say?
No.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to say, I want to put something out there. For those that are watching, or maybe hopefully maybe you guys catch this one little clip right here. If you know any business, or you have a family member that has a business and is probably struggling because of COVID or other reasons, just let them know that those Raza Talk guys got some for you. No,
Like,
but
yeah.
so there's just let them know that there's resources out there for them, especially if they're struggling, because some people like to stay silent, or maybe you see them, but you're not really,
Or they're
you,
not
you don't
sure.
associate. Yeah,
They're
they
just
don't.
not confident to
Yeah,
reach
they're
out
not.
for help.
Yeah, and that's what we're here for, is to give that help for those businesses or individuals or
Even entrepreneurs, if you
yeah,
got a new
entrepreneurs.
idea and you're trying to start a business, it's like, do it.
Yeah,
Like, don't wait for it. Ask the question. We'll guide you to the right resources and get you started. There's a lot of resources here in the city
Yeah.
to get your business rolling. You just need to reach out and say, hey, I need
that,
help.
that was one thing that I noticed once I started operating the business, is how many resources there was. Pero para la comunidad hispana, lo que les estaba diciendo es que si ustedes conocen a alguien con un negocio, o decir que trabaja solo para un mismo, y en estos tiempos con el COVID no los están dejando que el negocio esté creciendo, o no están recibiendo el dinero que normalmente reciben. um, para eso estamos nosotros aquí. Hay muchos recursos que les podemos dar a ustedes, y yo sé que a lo mejor ha de conocer a alguien que pues en esos tiempos no están, how you say, progressing.
Están
No están
progresando.
Progresando, there you go. No están progresando, pues para eso estamos nosotros aquí, pues para darles esos recursos.
Los
Ojalá.
consejos. Muchas veces, a
consejos,
veces
sí.
es nomás un empujón, ¿verdad?
Hey,
Like,
También.
do it, hazlo. Like,
Hazlo.
no te
no
detengas.
tengas miedo, por eso tienes otra gente
Yeah.
aquí. Hay que no dejen que ¿cómo se dice? Your pride,
El
Su
orgullo.
el orgullo, que lo pare, que vaya y
Pida asistencia.
pida asistencia y ayuda, pues para eso somos.
Y también, para agregar también lo que otra vez dijo Alejandro, es que no dejen que el orgullo los pare, tampoco que agarren lo mejor de ustedes, porque yo he notado, y no solamente es con la comunidad hispana, porque nosotros somos muy orgullosos, para, para ser honestos, sí somos muy orgullosos, pero también en eso viene que no hay veces que no queremos ayudar a la gente porque pensamos que nos van a quitar el trabajo, que van a hacer algo mejor que nosotros, pero ese no es el caso. El punto es que si ven a alguien que ocupa la ayuda, ayúdenlos, porque nunca saben cuando ustedes van a estar en la misma posición, y si ayudan a alguien es más probable que el karma les vaya a regresar y alguien los vaya a ayudar cuando ocupen la ayuda, pero si no le quieren ayudar a la gente, entonces es probable que nadie les va a querer ayudar en el futuro cuando ocupen la ayuda a ustedes. Entonces, si miran que alguien tiene preguntas o que tienen un problema en el negocio, que no tienen dinero o algo para poder hacer lo que quieren con el negocio, díganles que nosotros les podemos ayudar, o si ustedes tienen los recursos, ayúdenles a ellos también, porque el punto es de crecer la comunidad hispana y no prácticamente ponernos al piso a todos.
Yes, entonces, so fill out that TLP form.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
yeah. So if you haven't already, there are a couple people out there that have already filled out the TLP form. We actually have that on our Raza Talk page, which I'm currently looking at right now. So if you guys haven't filled out that form, definitely fill it out.
And what's
Like we were
TLP?
mentioning, TLP, Topeka Latino Professionals.
That's right.
So we are planning on hosting some workshops. If you guys have any ideas of something that you guys would love to learn, or something that you guys are eager about, whether it's financial literacy or whether it's how to become a contractor, just definitely make sure you sign up, because we're going to have those workshops that are going to help you guys out. And if you guys sign up,
also, like, just because maybe, I don't know, you probably don't have a profession or a career set already, don't feel like you can't sign up. And I mean, just signing up, you open your network, you start meeting new people. Maybe you meet somebody that, I don't know, maybe you like video games. Somebody eventually shows up, and all they do is they start making money off of video games, and that's something you always wanted to do. Like, you just don't know who could be at these meetings. Like, we'll have multiple people there, so Just don't feel like just because you don't have anything set, don't mean you can't sign up.
Yeah, because there's always an opportunity when you make a good conversation. That's what I think. What I like about networking is that you're honest. If you're honest enough and you're transparent enough when you're talking to a new individual that you just met and you introduce yourself, especially at these networking events, it tends to be very lighthearted and very laid back, and you become very comfortable and you actually share what your aspirations are, what it is that you actually want to do, and eventually you'll run into the individual that pays attention and then later on reaches out and says, hey, I think I got something for you. Like, you know, if you're serious about what you told me about, then, you know, I want to present you to so-and-so, or I actually have something on the hook right now that I could use your help with. So
kind of similar to what happened here. We wouldn't be doing this today if we would have never went to that networking event.
Took that initiative to go out and meet people.
Yeah.
And, you know,
who knows where we'd be at right now, honestly.
Seriously.
But, yeah, no.
Y para la comunidad hispana, si no han llenado la forma que tenemos en nuestra página de Facebook, que es Raza Talk, tenemos un link para poder llenar la forma para Topeka Latino Professionals, que es TLP, y vamos a tener clases y recursos que están disponibles para ustedes, cosas como cómo subir su crédito o financiar, o también cómo agarrar su licencia de contratista y cosas similares. También si tienen unas preguntas o hay algo que ustedes en verdadmente quieren aprender, también nos pueden mandar un correo electrónico, también llenar la forma también, y nos pueden comentar qué es lo que quieren ustedes, y si nosotros tenemos los recursos para encontrar esa persona adecuada, la vamos a traer para poder poner las clases para que ustedes aprendan lo que quieren aprender ustedes.
That's right. So, in that same note, I want to recognize that there was a group that we started early in the year, and actually it was since last year. It's been getting kind of worked in. It's called Conexión Topeka. So Conexión Topeka was originally the original idea of it was to start getting small business owners together. A lot of them obviously from the 6th Avenue corridor. But definitely we opened it up to any small business and entrepreneur that wanted to come out and meet and greet and ask for assistance or had something to contribute to the rest of the group, right?
True.
And because of, you know, the current pandemic, that we only got probably 2 or 3 gatherings, but they grew. Like in those 2 or 3 gatherings, you saw the group expand.
True.
And there was a lot of questions. There was, you know, we had the host, Abraham Cortez. He was able to assist and facilitate, you know, generalizing questions to trying to fill out the room to see what is it each individual business owner needed.
Yeah.
And so we kind of took it per event, and we were going to start doing evening events. Like we did AM events, so we did like coffee. We call it Coffee Connection, Conexión Café. And we went to local business owners, and they opened up their location for an early morning gathering. And we would gather and then start discussing what the needs were in our Latino business atmosphere. And so it was like starting up right before COVID hit. And I had already prepared a lot of advertising and marketing for our evening events, and I was working with some of the business owners, you know, kind of redesigning what their image was on social media. You know, simple things. A lot of this I did pro bono. I didn't charge because I'm not, you know, that's not, it's my hobby, marketing and advertising and logo designs, all that stuff is a hobby right now. So I didn't want to take more from them. I wanted to contribute to them. So I was like, well, just, you know, give me what your picture, you know, what you're seeing that you want, and I'll work with it.
Yeah.
And they, you know, a lot of them wanted to offer me something. I'm just like, no need for it. Like, you know, you're paying me by being part of this network. Like, that's how you're paying me. Yeah. It's like coming to our meetings and sharing and inviting others. Like, that's payment enough. Thank you. And so, because of COVID, and I think that's what we're going to roll right into, that died down right away. But I reached out to Abraham Cortez, and I told him about our startup of Topeka Latino Professionals, and he very much was interested in that collaboration. So we will be having collaborative events between Topeka Latino Professionals and Conexión Topeka, just because I don't want that momentum to go away in our community, because I thought it was something that I saw that was really good that was happening, and then outside of our control with the pandemic, we had no choice but to kind of scale back a lot of the plans that we had. And
Correct.
so, and also though, like I said, it's a double, it's a good and a bad thing because it actually gave me time to reprocess how we were doing it, how Conexión would restructure it, and start working with the networking I was doing on the side, and thinking about how Topeka Latino professionals could expand. And honestly, we have the ecosystem here. I just think we just need to bring it all to. We need to hone it all in.
Yeah.
Tenemos aquí una red de negocios, negociantes, empresarios y emprendedores en la ciudad de Topeka que nadie ha podido juntar, y es lo que Topeka Latino Professionals quiere hacer. En colaboración con Conexión Topeka queremos empezar a disfrutar de nuestro conocimiento de la comunidad que tenemos, y también compartir los recursos que estamos encontrando en el camino por parte ya sea de la Cámara de Negocios aquí, del Chamber, del Greater Topeka Partnership, todo eso. Hay oportunidades, hay recursos, so tenemos que aprovechar todo eso. COVID es algo serio. No crean que porque no nos ven juntos no nos importa. Nosotros ya nos comunicamos diariamente, nos cuidamos. También, ahorita antes del programa nos tomamos las precauciones, la temperatura. Sabemos en dónde anduvimos. Tú trabajas mucho afuera, no tienes mucho contacto con gente, al igual que tú estás en una oficina muy aislado, y nosotros no salimos afuera de hacer este programa y con nuestra familia inmediata, ¿verdad?
Correcto.
Entonces, estamos tratando de no ir a fiestas, no vamos a fiestas, no, tenemos reuniones familiares, pero también hay precauciones que tomamos allí. Pero realmente no estamos yendo a los bailes. Eso
No.
ahorita ni para qué pensar. Realmente no se extraña. Si quieren una música, pues
Que lo hagan en la casa.
que hagan en la casa. La
Sí,
familia,
con
la familia
sí.
goza mejor que en cualquier fiesta, en un baile, en un salón, ¿verdad? Donde está
Very
arriesgando
true.
uno mucho. Entonces, quisiera tomar este tiempo para reconocer a una gran persona que por causas de esta pandemia perdimos aquí en la comunidad de Topeka. Esto dolió mucho porque este personaje era alguien que también yo reconocía, que me dio la inspiración de ser un personaje público, ¿verdad? Alguien que asistía a la comunidad hispana, alguien que quería hablar un poquito más, compartir información, recursos. Esta persona hacía mucho para nuestra comunidad aquí en Topeka. Trabajaba en su estación de radio allá en Kansas City. Entonces, son más comunidades que nomás Topeka, que perdió un gran personaje en el señor Armando Cruz, que en paz descanse. Fue algo muy difícil para mí entender que ya no íbamos a tener una gran voz en el radio, y realmente Raza Talk es un pequeño ejemplo de la influence,
La influencia, la inspiración.
la inspiración que hizo él a muchas personas. Raza Talk, este programa, es una inspiración del señor Armando Cruz, de innovar lo que hacemos nosotros con nuestra comunidad y la información que estamos dando. Y realmente dolió esa pérdida, pero pues tenemos también que reconocer la seriedad de lo que está ocurriendo ahorita en nuestra comunidad con esta pandemia. So, we lost a great, admirable, talented, influential, and very important person in our Latino community. Armando Cruz was a radio host in a Kansas City area, but a lot of individuals in Topeka were fortunate enough that he had a radio show here. It was on an AM dial, and he helped a lot of events, and he helped orchestrate a lot of great celebrations in our community. And we lost him due to COVID this past weekend, and he's one of the inspirations for this show. Personally, for me, it's one of the reasons I took up wanting to be a public figure, be more involved with community work, and broadcast resources, broadcast information that our community needs. He pretty much was kind of like the one that planted the seed in my mind. And when I moved here in '95 was when I first knew about him, because one of my friends that I went to school with, that was his uncle. Um, and so I would go to all the events that he would be hosting, like, and he'd bring big bands, right, like national recording artists.
Yeah.
He'd bring them to Topeka. Little old Topeka had like some great artists that came through here, because he put through the work and he put through the effort to try to get good entertainment to our community. So he will be missed.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I won't say I was close to him, but I know he did have a lot of participation with the yearly parties that we do for Saint Sebastian, and I know he was always there present, kind of just how do you say, just being the voice for the party, if anything.
Yeah, he was the host.
He was the host. We had traditional things that we would do there, and he was always willing to step up to the mic and introduce people, which was always awesome of him. I know my dad was a good friend of his as well, and that's kind of how I knew him, was because of my dad. I think they collabed back in the day when my dad used to be a DJ. So when I found out that I found out that he had COVID, and you kind of just start to realize how kind of blessed we are to still be healthy. It's crazy that a lot of people don't take this very serious, and I mean it's a very serious thing.
It is.
It's just a matter of how we want to take this. Like we can play it all day. Oh, it's just the flu, and the flu is this, the flu is that. But we've lost over 200,000 people. It's no joke. Like it's serious.
And of those 200,000 people, our community members, the people that we know. So
people that we know, he became another statistic because we don't want to take this as serious. Yeah, I think if we would have taken different precautions a long time ago, we still have a lot of our loved ones here. Thankfully I haven't lost anybody immediate to me, but I've heard of different people passing due to COVID, which is kind of it's just kind of heartbreaking, if I'm being honest, because I can just imagine losing a family member to a disease that most likely could have been stopped. But we got very high egos, and we got rights.
And just for clarification, because I think I said it in Spanish but not in English, you might be like, well, you guys are like right there together. Like, no, we communicate with each other. Like we know where we stand. We took our temperature before we came in here. He works outside. I don't leave my house unless I really need to, and it's like a grocery run or something. And even then, like, I'm very precautious because I got kids.
And then there's
you work in your own office.
There's no one in my office besides just the other staff members. But even then in the morning too, we always have to check our temperatures. We're making sure that none of us are feeling sick. And that's even the questions that we ask us. If we're starting to feel a little different, even if it's just like a little sore throat, we are like, no, you know what? We're not meeting up today. We'd rather do a FaceTime or something.
Yeah.
We'll play it by ear. And
we will be
what
probably zooming in the future if this thing
will.
gets a little bit worse.
I really just don't know what. Yeah, winter's inevitable. It's gonna be here, and that's when the pandemic was. When it peaked. Before it came to the U.S. Yeah. I don't know what else needs to happen for us to finally realize, man, this is serious, man. We have the highest death rate out of any country in the world. I'm sure that I haven't actually done the research, but we probably
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, and honestly, man, but we probably have overall, with all the other death rates in all the other countries, we probably have the highest death rate, even if you combine all of those together. It's serious, and the fact that we're not actually taking it serious, and because Alejandro said, our egos are too high, we have rights and stuff like that. We don't take it serious because we're like, oh no, that's a violation to our rights. No, it's not, because if it continues to go on longer, there's gonna be more I don't want to say retaliation, but
more restrictions. There's gonna be more.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta really start to take this thing serious because we've already lost 150 to 200,000 people.
And then within those people too, I have to recognize, because we do talk about businesses, like how many businesses shut down and
because of it.
That is a big thing. Like, I see a lot of business. I know a lot of businesses definitely shut down, and one thing that kind of really ticked me a little bit was that these small businesses had to fight each other for grants, loans, etc. Then you have all of these big corporations that are just getting
checks
handed
in the
to
mail
them.
before
And
even.
it's like, there are companies out here that are making millions and millions a month. They're making millions a month when these make $1 million a year. The sad thing is that they're supposed to be. They make a lot of money. They need to be more than prepped for things like that.
Like this.
But the government is the one that they put them first, and it's a sad thing because if anything, the people that make the economy go around are the small businesses.
So yeah, small business, I think, has been recognized as the driver of this economy.
Exactly.
But, I mean, I think we'll have to touch that a little bit in a different segment.
But, COVID had impacted a lot of people, and I think if we don't take it as serious, we don't mask up because because for some reason
because we can't see your
don't
mustache,
like it, yeah.
Or you got a new shade of lipstick and you want to show it off, but your mask won't let you.
Like keep doing that, and we're just gonna go back to getting shut down all over again, and you're gonna be mad again because.
Entonces,
and then we're gonna have protest riots again, and then once again more people are gonna get sick. It's not gonna be helpful. So.
All right. Well, in closing, we just want to make sure that our community, we're here to be a resource to you guys. Like I said, our setup is going to change. We're kind of finalizing how we really want to structure the show. We're going to be on 785 Magazine, 785 Live. So it'll be there's an application you could download and you can listen to us Thursdays at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and I think there's another hour block somewhere there. I need to talk to our host about that, and just know that we're here to assist all our minority small businesses or Latino businesses that are looking to, 1, grow, 2, network more, and 3, get into those resources that we know are available. And also, we're going to touch those subjects that affect our community overall. We're not, I think our focus is business, small business, but also networking and informing our community about the things that are happening here in Topeka. So, that's all we got for you this time around. Gracias a los que nos acompañaron en este segmento. Vamos a tener más información acerca de recursos para pequeñas empresas, emprendedores, jóvenes que tengan ideas para negocios, eventos para juntarnos todos y crear un sistema que se pueda asistir uno al otro para ayudarnos. Y también vamos a hablar de temas que nos afectan aquí locales en la ciudad de Topeka. Entonces, Luis Estrada...
para cerrar el segmento, no se les olviden terminar el census, porque es menos de 6 días antes de que se termine.
Correcto.
No se les olvide registrar para votar, porque el último día final es el 13 de octubre. Entonces tienen que votar por esta elección porque es muy importante. Y también no se les olviden llenar la forma de TLP para poder hacer workshops y eventos con ustedes, para poder tratar de ayudarles o introducirles clases que pueden utilizar ustedes. Y tomen el COVID en serio, usen su máscara.